Hi TYT community, my name is Vidur Kalra. I'm a Australian university student, currently studying in Canberra. As you can probably tell by my accent, I'm not originally from Australia. I was actually born in India and moved here when I was six. Enough of that. I think let me just move on to my story. Basically, my idea is that I think TYT can use the current formula it applies to covering U.S. domestic issues so well, and just adapt that and moving on to covering world stories as well. So basically, use the same intellectual debates and uh, discussions to covering world issues, so it can truly become a global force and just get a wider appeal. Now, basically, today I'm gonna try to do this, and I'm gonna take an issue which is big today, um, and which has been in the news. It's that of Syria and the recent announcement of a peace plan. Um, so I'm just gonna start off with some background information to just acquaint some people who might not be too familiar with the situation which is currently taking place. So basically, Syria is a nation located in the Middle East. It borders Turkey, Israel, Lebanon, and Iraq, um, or Iraq, as we say it. But it's a largely Muslim population, so there's a 90% Muslim population. But I think it's important to just break that down. So 77% of that is a Shia Sunni Muslims, with 12% Alawi, which is a branch of Shia Muslims. You got a 10% Christian population and a 4% Druze population. But basically, it's largely a Muslim nation. Now, Syria is under the leader of Syria currently is a man by the name of Bashir al-Assad. He's been power in Syria since 2000, and he leads the Ba'athist party. And he took over from his father, whose name was Hafiz al-Assad, and he's been in power since he basically took over the nation in 1971. Another important thing to note is that Syria has actually been under the a state of emergency since 1963. So basically, that's just basically curbs most of the constitutional rights of citizens and gives a lot of power to the state in terms of like personal life and um, yeah. So I think that the main thing to note is that Syria is an authoritarian state where the leader Bashir al-Assad has a lot of power and uses repression and oppression of the population to maintain that power. Now, in 2011, in January 2011, um, there were protests against Bashar al-Assad, which basically grew in popularity and spread quite quickly across the nation, and it led to a nationwide revolt or uprising against the central leadership. Um, and Bashir al-Assad responded by repression because that's the largest tool of a dictatorship. Dictators normally have a monopoly on the use of violence. I'll just give you some figures to put to just to bring home the violence which has taken place in the space of just over a year. So in Syria, the UN reports that between 9,700 and 11,800 people have been killed. Uh, in that figure, 600 were political figures who were detained and tortured and then killed. 400 children have been killed, with another 400 detained and tortured. And also, there have been reports that soldiers who have refused to shoot on civilian protesters have themselves been killed by the regime. And there have been a large number of soldiers who have broken away from the central state to form the Free Syrian Army, which is the main force right now fighting the Syrian government. Uh, in terms of the world response, there has been an almost there's been a widespread condemnation of the Bashar al-Assad regime, with the Arab League, the EU, the United States, and the GCC states all condemning the violence. I think it's important to note that both China and Russia have prevented any resolutions to be passed through the UN Security Council. Now, personally, they've got the right of veto, of course, and they've used those rights or threatened to use those rights. Um, I think that this is deplorable because I think there's a time for political and economic relationships and worrying about that. And there's a time for action and saving lives, and this is a humanitarian crisis. Like, people are being killed. The government has basically turned on its people. Um, and in an ideal world, we would not act like this. But I think we need to work within the constraints of the international system, and um, basically that's not how the world works. So basically, Russia refuses. They refuse. They claim that that uh, that uh, that any that violence has occurred on both sides, and that you cannot solely blame the Assad regime, and that is basically their standpoint. And whilst true, I think it's more because they have had a very positive relationship with the Assad government going back to Soviet days. They've generally received support from Syria, and when most nations have not provided it. So they've got quite a close relationship. In terms of China, China sees Syria as an important trade and political partner going into the future. They've got their own reasons. However, on the 23rd, forgive my accent, the on the 23rd of March, Kofi Annan, the former General Secretary of the United Nations and the current envoy to Syria, a special envoy to Syria, announced a peace plan, having talked about Putin and basically garnered support from both China and Russia. Has said that he has got a peace plan, and I think very recently it's just come out that Assad also supports it. Now, I think whilst this is promising, you need to take this with a grain of salt, because you need to remember this is I have serious concerns about the long-term viability of such a solution. Sorry, because this is a leader who is widespreadly, who has, basically committed widespread acts of violence against his own population. Whilst this is not anything new in the international, it's the latest example of a ruler doing such a thing. Um, and he does not have much popular support amongst the. He does have support, but not a majority by any means amongst the populace. And uh, his main interest is to remain in power. So he will do everything he can to maintain the status quo. Now, if that involves providing, a pseudo democratic reforms, he will do it. But in the long term, I have serious concerns, and I feel that the overthrow of Assad is inevitable. At some point, the people will revolt, and no dictator can last forever, as the last year has shown us with the Arab Spring. So that's basically my view. Please comment and let me know what you think. I'll be very interested. This is my first video, and I know my accent's a bit hard to understand, but I'll work on it. Thank you very much. And I just want to say that I really commend the TYT team on their work, especially Senk and Anna, and they what they do is very very it's a great service to us. So thank you very much.